Namaskar and a very good morning. Welcome to the audiocast from Kotak Securities. I'm your host and guide, Anindya Banerjee. As risk is looking stable, Asian equities are in the green, dollar index is flat, but dollar CNH has pulled back from almost 7.17 to 1, now 7.15. And dollar rupee is also trading gap down around 81.52 in the offshore. Now, interestingly, जब से ये turn around आया है in the global markets, मतलब dollar down and everything else up, that's around November 3rd when the peak happened in the dollar. तब से Indian rupee, if we compare the performance of the Indian rupee against the other currencies, so Indian rupee is an underperformer. मतलब Indian rupee जो appreciate किया है against the dollar, it is much less than what other currencies have done against the USD. But अगर overall देखा जाए for the entire year, then Indian rupee is an outperformer. हो सकता है कि because it has been outperforming for all this while, so the incremental जो performance रहा है, it is slightly less than what other currencies have done. But this puts in a very interesting perspective because Indian rupee has moved in tandem with the Chinese currency since November 3rd. So now Chinese currency has to be kept in a close watch. If the dollar CNH starts to move higher, let's say 720 plus, then it can put a upward pressure on the USDINR as well. Kyunki Indian rupee has been an underperformer. Agar ye outperformer hota to it would have not been such a big factor. But because it's an underperformer across amongst its peers and because it has moved in line with the CNH, तो एक recent correlation जो रहा है with the CNH has improved quite a bit and it's quite strong. इसलिए one currency which you need to track apart from the dollar index is of course the USD CNH. Now dollar rupee price action is very interesting. It's not showing a very strong trend. There is an upward drift for the past 3 trading sessions. It's going up and down, kind of a overlapping price structure up. अगर chart उसका देखते हो तो it's a overlapping price structure, not a clean trend, but एक drift है upward. तो उसके हिसाब से 81 जो आज के लिए support है वो 81.50 on the spot, and then the most important one is 81.40. क्योंकि कल का जो low form हुआ था intraday, that was around 81.40 के आसपास spot में. अगर वो लेवल ब्रेक होता है then this upward structure will be threatened, which means अगर 81.50 के नीचे जाता है it will be a first warning, but 81.40 के नीचे it will be a confirmation that the trend has reversed. At least जो structure है, the bias has become downward from upward. So remember 81.50 will be उसके नीचे will be first warning, and 81.40 के नीचे it can be a confirmation that the bias has changed from upward to downward. Now trading this market is quite tricky because it's not showing a very strong trend. इसलिए आप अगर option long करते हो तो it is not going to give you a bang for the buck. Maybe you can sell options, but if you are selling out of money call or put, depending on the direction that you are looking to bet, maintain stop losses because you don't want to get your positions being fried if there is a sudden big move. So keep that in mind. Otherwise, आप अगर range sell करना चाहते हो, then the best way is, in our opinion, to either butterfly or an iron fly. Both are hedge strategies. And both are advisable or unhedged ones like a straddle or a strangle, क्योंकि वहाँ पे ये जो gaps है जो हो रहा है इसको manage करना becomes difficult. So better you do iron flies or butterflies instead of straddle or a strangle. Intraday अगर short करना options तो straddle strangle is fine. In fact straddle is fine because you can manage the risk. But overnights के लिए positional के लिए it is advisable to do hedge strategies. Cross currencies में GBP/INR, Euro/INR may continue to show sideways kind of a movement. GBP में inflation data है, that's going to be important. Retail sales का data है, that's going to be important. Or in yen, the Bank of Japan talk after the inflation because उन लोगों का जो core inflation है that touched a 40-year high, but at least that's not going to lead to any kind of a change in policy from the Bank of Japan as of now. जो indications है from the BOJ, जिसके लिए dollar yen में उतना खास impact है नहीं. So largely these cross currency pairs in the rupee should be range bound. So that's it, folks. This is Anindya Banerjee signing off. A fantastic day ahead.